Hello, Father Jay here again. We've been kind of skipping around lately, but that's okay. Today, I would like to talk about something that I find in this week's Gospels, not only Sundays, but also the weekday Gospels, and especially prevalent in Mark's Gospel is Jesus's healings. And I think that's an important issue for all of us. We live in a world right now that needs a lot of healing. And I'm not just talking about COVID-19 and, there are so many things that has caused, so many disturbances in people's lives, so many separations, so many dislikes, so many throwing mud at one another, you know, whether it deserves to be or not, but we still need to heal. We cannot stay divided. We cannot stay divided in our country. We cannot stay divided in our communities. We cannot stay divided in our homes. And that is one of the things that Christ comes to bring, is healing. Yes, in the Gospels, his healing that we see is healing of illness. Whether it's Peter's mother-in-law, whether it's a paralytic, whether it's somebody who has demonic possession, it doesn't matter. Christ reaches out to heal those people. And I use that word very literally, reaches out. He doesn't just say, okay, there are some instances where he does, but that's only because the people who have asked him say, you can do it that way. And that emphasizes the miraculous. But what Christ does is he reaches out. When he heals Peter's mother-in-law, he reaches out and helps her up. He reaches out to people. He touches them. There is this human aspect of the divine power here. And that is what we need to have. We need to reach out to people in our families. Let's face it. There is no perfect Ozzie and Harriet family. For those of you who are old enough to remember that, showing my age here, but one of those picture perfect TV families, they don't exist. Maybe close, but there's disagreements, there's arguments. And sometimes they get a little heated, and sometimes we feel hurt. And we need to be healers then. We need to be healers whenever we can. To find something to bring people together, to feel good, to be good once again. And I think our world needs a lot of that today. And Christ was very much into that, not only the physical healing, but a lot of the other healings as well. Take his working with his apostles and Samaritans. Samaritans were hated by the Jews. They were lower than low. Why? Because they were half-breeds. They were part Jew and part Gentile. They'd been some of the people left behind during the Assyrian and Babylonian captivities who had married the neighboring peoples and whatnot, and these were their descendants. They weren't pure, so they wanted nothing to do with them. They were the rejects, etc. Christ didn't treat them that way. He talked about the Samaritan woman at the well, who actually became an apostle in the sense that she brought people to him. He gave healing to her. She didn't come with any physical ailments, but she did come with some problems in her life. And he brought her peace. Didn't reject her. Didn't tell her she was a bad person, because some people have taken that part in the gospel, that the guy she was living with wasn't her husband and she'd had 7, blah, 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 blah. But you notice Christ doesn't reprimand her about any of that. He tries to heal what was wrong in her psyche, in her life, to bring her peace, and that's important. He talks about the Good Samaritan, who finds the Jew beaten and robbed and takes care of him. In a sense, heals him. Not himself, but his actions bring healing to that person. He reaches out to him where so many other people didn't, walked by when they saw someone in need. And so as Christians, that is what we need to do in healing. Reach out to other people, to help them along the way, to bring them some peace of mind, to bring them some vehicle that they can come to peace. They may not be able to find it in their own lives, in their family, with another member or whatnot. Maybe we can help them to get around the problems that they have. Maybe we can't. But the thing is, we have to try to be helpful. We have to try to be a healer, because we're all in need of healing. Each and every one of us has that spot that, we aren't okay with. There's something about us, or here or there at times, that just isn't working out right. We feel bad about. Maybe we don't feel good about ourselves because of, all those types of things. Maybe we wish we could have had a better relationship with people. All of those things, they're out there. Let us heal one another. That's why Christ draws us together in a community called church, a group called Christians, to help one another.